Welcome, all of my survivors. I'm so glad that you decided to come back to my channel today. Today, our topic is going to be about peripheral neuropathy. Have you ever heard of that? Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves outside the brain and spinal cord. It can also affect areas such as your feet and hands and other areas of the body as well. So before I go any further, I do want to give a disclaimer that I am not a doctor, I am not a nurse. I'm simply just sharing my experience and some of the things I went through with neuropathy from my treatments from chemotherapy. So chemotherapy was the cause of my neuropathy. There are other things that can cause neuropathy, and I would like to share some of those with you today. But first, I want to just talk about some of the symptoms that I had. Some of the symptoms I had was numbness in my hands and feet. I also had tingling. I also had sharp pains. I also had a burning sensation. So if you're experiencing any of those symptoms, you could have neuropathy. But if you are experiencing any of these symptoms, the best thing you can do is go to your doctor and let them know what's going on. They might want to prescribe medication. I was prescribed a medication called gabapentin. I did not take that, but that was something that I know a lot of people do take, and some people do get relief from that medication. So I urge you to go and talk to your doctor and talk about that and see what measures that they would suggest that you take. But I'm going to discuss some natural things that I did to help with my symptoms. And from my research, there are over 101 reasons of why someone would get neuropathy. So some can be cured and some cannot. From my research, I saw that diabetes neuropathy cannot be cured. So some can be cured and some cannot. I guess it depends on the origin in which you receive your neuropathy. So there are three types of nerves that I do want to discuss. The first one is your sensory nerves. Sensory nerves have to do with hot, cold, any kind of temperature change like that can really affect you and the sensation that you have. Also, vibration and anything that your skin touches can affect you. So you don't want to be too hot, you don't want to be too cold. You could be uncomfortable if you're experiencing any neuropathy. I know even just being able to feel your feet, from the numbness that you feel, you may not be able to feel your feet, which can be very scary because I know I was trying to drive a couple times and I couldn't feel my feet. I kept trying to wiggle my toes when I had to drive to my doctor's appointments in Atlanta. I had to use cruise control mostly, but you can't feel your feet. It gets really, really numb where you can't feel your feet. So that's why I say that's something that happens with the sensory nerve. The other one is your motor nerve. So that's like lifting your arms, lifting your legs. You can experience some pain from doing that, some numbness from doing that. The other one is autonomic nerves, control functions like your heart rate, your blood pressure, if you're able to sweat, your bladder. Those are the three types of nerve that can be affected by neuropathy. I also want to share a few reasons or causes of why people get neuropathy. But like I say, there's over 101 causes, and even one was like an unknown source. So the main common cause is from diabetes. So a lot of people who have diabetes have neuropathy, and that can be very, very dangerous, especially for your feet. When your feet are very numb, you can't feel them. So if you have a cut or bruise or step on something, you wouldn't be able to feel it. And I experienced that a lot, which I was very nervous about that. I would always check my feet every day, but you can't feel them. So you have to really have someone else check your feet. So I can't stress the importance of, if you are diabetic, whether you have neuropathy or not, get your feet checked annually by your foot doctor. or your significant other or your children, let someone look at your feet, actually touch your feet, actually dry your feet really good every day. Keep shoes on your feet when you're walking around the house because you don't want to step on something. Because honestly, you cannot feel your feet. They're just that numb. So if you have a cut or a bruise or anything, you won't be able to feel it. So if you have some kind of sore or something like that and it's overlooked and it gets infected, that's how people end up getting amputations and things like that, because something happened to their feet. It could have been a sore. Of course, it could be from unregulated blood sugars and things like that too. But I did want to stress the importance of that with being a diabetic. Because me having the experience or feeling exactly what it feels like, I'm like, wow, this is really, really serious. So I want you guys to look out for your family members. And if you're experiencing any of these symptoms yourself, definitely check that out. Another cause is from genetics. So it could be passed down from a family member for some kind of genetic diseases. Also medications. That's how I got my neuropathy, was from chemo medications. Another reason is because of vitamin deficiency. So if you have a vitamin B12, B6, or B1 deficiency, that can also cause neuropathy. So vitamin E and niacin really helps support nerve damage and nerves in that way. So you definitely want to take some niacin, and your B complex vitamins are very, very important in vitamin E. Also infections, so like HIV, hepatitis B, hepatitis C. And those are just some of the causes of neuropathy, the main ones. Like I said, there are over 101 causes of why a person would get neuropathy. Those are just the most common ones. So I kind of wanted you guys to be aware of those in case you were not. So answer below. Have you had any experience with neuropathy? And if so, what experiences have you had? What were your symptoms? Do you know someone that has neuropathy? Do you have a family member that is going through chemo or has cancer or have diabetes? Have you informed them of this? I just kind of want you guys to share so I can know where you are in this area. You can just take a second and fill that out below in the description box. You guys interact with me, please. And if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, now's a great time to subscribe, hit the bell, and like my video. Or you can dislike if you want. And so the next thing I want to discuss, I have my notepad here. I would like to go over some of the things that I did to help me with my neuropathy. When I was doing this video, preparing for it, I realized I had forgotten about how I really felt when I first discovered that I had neuropathy. It was really traumatic, you guys. It was so terrible. So I got it from my chemotherapy treatments. And so it was from the Taxol treatment. So if you're taking chemo, if you're taking Taxol, or before you take Taxol, you want to go and get some ice packs, the ones for your hands and the ones for your feet, or you want to try to do cryotherapy. Either or both or all of those would be great. I would advise all of those, because I didn't do the ice packs my first treatment, and I started to begin to get the neuropathy. So on the second, third, and fourth, I had my ice packs there. But I think with me not having it in the very beginning caused me to get neuropathy. I probably would have got it eventually anyway, because those drugs are so strong. So I went through extreme pain, extreme numbness. My hands would hurt so bad I wanted to cry. I couldn't feel my feet. I couldn't drive myself. Well, I did drive myself. I wasn't supposed to, because my feet were so numb. When I would try to go walking, I could walk for like 5 or 10 minutes and I could not feel my legs or my feet. So basically, when you have neuropathy, it begins at your fingertips, the tip of your toes. So it works its way, from there. And it worked its way all the way up to the bottom of my knees, and from my tips of my fingers to my whole hand would be numb, and I would have issues. So I just kind of want to share some of the things that I did to help. Number 1, exercise and movement. I cannot stress the importance of continuing to move and exercise. Even if you're just making a fist with your hands back and forth like that, making a fist with your hands, keep doing that. and go walking every day. Try to walk 30 minutes a day. If you can't walk 30 minutes at once, break it up and do 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, or just begin when you are. The point is you want to keep moving. You want to keep moving your toes and moving your fingers. Don't give up. I know it feels like this is something that's going to be crippling or something that's going to be with you for the rest of your life, but you have to decide that no, this will not be a part of my life. This is what I told myself. Using weights. So you have the arm weights you can use to just get your arms moving. So you can do arm curls. That's a great idea. You can walk inside if you don't want to go outside. I know the coronavirus is going on, so you can walk outside. You can walk outside or inside. If you don't want to go outside, then walk inside. You can walk in place. If not, if you're going to be going outside, it's a nice walking trails in Birmingham. I'm sure it's nice walking trails in your town, in your area. Also jumping on a mini trampoline. Mini trampolines are really great because it's low impact. It is working your whole body all at once, and it's even helping your organs function. So that's really great. Acupuncture is another thing that I really loved. So acupuncture is when they put needles, those little tiny needles they put all over your body according to what symptoms you're having. So they can treat neuropathy if you see an acupuncturist. That was really, really helpful to me because my feet would be very, very numb before I come, and when I leave that appointment, I would be able to feel my toes moving and be able to have some feelings in my feet. And so that was really, really wonderful. Also, they help with other symptoms like migraines, nausea, if you're not getting enough sleep, if you're having stomach aches, or any symptoms that you might feel, acupuncture can help you with that. Number 3 is going to visit your naturopath doctor. She will have some great supplements that you can take that will be able to help with your pain and any symptoms that you're having. Also, my naturopath had this cold laser pen that she would use each visit when I came to visit her, and she would just go over it with my hands, go over my feet with the pen. It was a laser. She called it a cold laser pen. But I did some research online for the one she had. It was like $3,000. So of course I didn't worry about getting that one. But I did purchase one for myself for at home, and it was about $25. And that really, really helped. I needed all the relief I could get. So I used that pen mostly for my hands because my hand would really, really hurt in the beginning so bad. It would just really hurt and burn. So I used that. The next one is physical therapy. You can go there. They have a rebuilder machine. It works similar to a TENS unit. It kind of feels like a TENS unit, but they attach it to your hands and your feet, and that really, really helps your neuropathy as well. Next is a massager. So I got this massager from Costco's a couple of years back, and it's been really, really helpful with helping me with my pain. And that's from my heel spurs to my neuropathy or just tired feet. It's really, really great, and I'll put a picture of that here. But you guys should get one. Next is vitamin B1. I did some research on what natural vitamins that can help with neuropathy, and I found out about vitamin B1 in higher dosage. So I got a vitamin B1, and I take about 250 milligrams in addition to my B complex vitamin. And so I added that to the regimen, and I think it's been helping because I don't have any more neuropathy. So I am so happy that I don't have any more pain in my hands and my feet. So I am claiming that I'm cured from that. Next is taking an Epsom salt bath. And you can put essential oils in your Epsom salt bath, but taking an Epsom salt bath for your whole body really helps with pain and tension. But for your feet especially, putting your feet in about, just filling the pan up with water. I like to use really, really hot water and just soak my feet for about 5 to 10 minutes. And that really, really helps. This is going to be an earthing mat. So an earthing mat is something that connects you with the earth. I don't know if you guys ever heard of earthing before, but earthing is when you connect with the ground. It is believed that if you walk bare feet and you connect with the ground, or even lay on the ground, or interact with the ground anyway with your body, those are like any socks or shoes on, but connecting with the ground provides healing benefits to your body. So of course I don't really connect with the ground very often, especially now that it's winter time or cold. Then I bought an earthing mat. So if you go to earthing.com, which I'm not a sponsor or anything like that, but I got my earthing mat from there. So my neuropathy was really bad at night. The most of all, I couldn't sleep. So I bought this earthing mat. I put it on my bed. It goes underneath your sheets. And the very first night, I had no pain in my leg or my feet. It was like while I was sleeping on that earthing mat, no pain of neuropathy. So it was like amazing. So I recommend that you get one of those. And also, I still sleep with it every night. So if it's going to be healing my body, I definitely want it on my bed. Okay, the very last tip that I want to share is using an infrared sauna. Infrared saunas are kind of expensive and pricey, but they heal your body and cleanse your body of toxins. It heals you from the inside out. So that will help with your neuropathy or any other toxins that you have in your body or any other pain. It's very healing and cleansing and relaxing. Lately, I've been getting in my sauna every night before I go to bed, and I have been sleeping so great, just like a baby. So if you are still here, you definitely should subscribe to my channel. All you have to do is click subscribe, hit the bell, like this video or dislike this video. Leave a comment below. Please comment on my videos. Tell me how I'm doing. Tell me if you like this content. Tell me if you have any questions. Let me know. Interact, please. I hope you all have a great day. And remember, keep surviving.